So let me go into specifics then on the access and what we call formation, right? So the access is again the beginning part when someone has an idea like, hey, I'm going to start this women's group or this men's group or whatever it is, or an ocean cleanup, right? Like me and my friends are going to do this. Amazing, right? That's when I think that's the most critical stage, which is where intention and access like introvert, right? Like, and because I always say this, like so many people have good intention, but very few people take action, right? So when that action like, that moment in life when that really happens, when something breaks your heart or, like enough is enough, whatever it might be, that motivating factor, it's like, what we want to create is the path of least resistance, right? Because it's hard enough to do good, right? Like, how do we make that easier? So access is really, being able to receive tax deductible donations. So maybe you might have a wealthy friend or someone that's really passionate and believes in what you're doing, says, hey, I want to support this mission that you're going to go on, but I need to receive a tax deductible donation, right? Which are, again, economic incentives, right? You want to be able to offer that right away. In our system, you can essentially get started overnight. Like in less than 48 hours, you can receive a tax deductible donation through what the key mechanism for access is called fiscal sponsorship, which is a very confusing sounding word, but it's the legal term when one 501c3 nonprofit extends its 501c3 status to a third party project, quote unquote project or person, in order for their mission to have a nonprofit umbrella. So we've taken this product that's been around and the government recognizes it, and we've productized it and made it available. And that's one offering in the NAS program, right? But not only that, we also handle the 501c3 filings and all of those other things. But again, the vast majority of projects, quote unquote projects, don't need their own 501c3 status, right? They just need to be sponsored, right? So that way you don't have to deal with all of the headache and trouble. And all of this is available for $25 a month. And it starts at 5% of donations processed and goes down, because this is where all the legal work and all of the paperwork happens, right? Because as the NAS program, as a NAS client, it's your project, whatever, Stephanie Foundation, powered by Do Good. We are the back end nonprofit and entity that's kind of overseeing all of the legal requirements, all of the impact requirements, all of the headache of kind of the running the nonprofit. We handle all of that. And what we want you to do is focus on the mission, right? What you're best at, like activating and kind of the fundraisers, all of those other things that come with driving that mission forward. So that's where really the access point is what we're solving for. Any questions in regards to that?
Yeah, I have a quick question about that. So you were saying essentially you operate as this umbrella organization, like sharing your nonprofit status. I thought that in order for an organization to do that, whatever groups that were under that umbrella had to be on a similar mission. Like it all had to be kind of like if you were all doing child education, then it could be all under the same umbrella. Is that not true? Like you can have
Yes.
different.
Yeah, so fiscal sponsorship is around, and the traditional ways of fiscal sponsorship has all of these kind of different requirements. The way we approach it is very different, and this is where the innovation aspect happens. Where our entire basis of being around is to provide this service, right? Is the NAS service. So then our goal is to activate new entities. So we are cause agnostic. And the way our backend structure is that we have multiple different nonprofits, right? And we have multiple entities that's based on kind of think of us as like the utility belt for anything and everything doing good or nonprofit. Based on what you need, whether it's donation processing, a particular cause area, we're going to use different products and services and vehicles in order to service and make sure that your project has all of the legal and liability coverings that it needs to activate quickly. So that's the service and the technology side of our business that we're really solving for, right? But to your point, traditional fiscal sponsorship, for example, has like a 3 to 5 year agreement. It costs about 10 to 15%. And again, people could do their own due diligence, like look it up. We essentially productize that. It's $25 a month, and our rate starts at 5%. We're way below, less than the industry average because we're looking for scale and we're looking to utilize technology as a way to solve a lot of the legal kind of liabilities and products and headaches. By utilizing technology, we can drive down costs, we can drive down drive up legal guardrails, right, and offset a lot of the liabilities.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense because, like I said, I knew that they somehow had to be tied into it, so it would make sense then. So you're able then within your organization that you have several different nonprofit statuses that essentially people could come in and depending on what they were doing, they would be eligible to be under that specific umbrella. Okay, I understand that point.